Hey everybody, Cypher here, and today I'm going to bring you the Mage talents. Alright, so get things started. The first tree, or first row of talents for mages is about mobility. And first spell is Presence of Mind. This is the same spell that you all know. New icon, everything else is the same, not on the global cooldown, just like it was before. Next one is Scorch, same as before also, except this version all specs can cast it while moving, so that's new. And the last one is Ice Flows. I'm going to show you this one. This one lets you cast 2 spells while moving. Doesn't matter what spells. So here it is. I'm going to cast Frostbolt since I'm Frost, I think, right now. And there you go. Doesn't do more than 2. And those were them. Alright, now the next row is about, I guess, about survivability. First one's Temporal Shield. This is a new spell. It basically puts up a shield, which I'll show you. Kind of looks like a big version of like Shadow Ward. It's going to last for 4 seconds. Any damage you take over those 4 seconds is going to be healed back to you over 6 seconds when it's done. So very interesting spell there. Next one is Blazing Speed. This is the same spell as before with a minor change. And the change is you have to activate it. It's got a 25-second cooldown, and you can use it after you're hit by melee. So a little bit more freedom with that. And the last one, Ice Barrier, 25-second cooldown. Same spell you guys all know. Okay, the next row. This is about CC, with the exception of the second one, which is kind of out of place. First one, Ring of Frost, 1.27 second cast. Otherwise, same Ring of Frost. Nothing changed with this. The next one is Ice Ward. Now, this is castable on you or a friend. So if your priest is getting gibbed by melee, drop it on him. The next melee attack that hits him is going to activate a Frost Nova around him. It's going to hit for everywhere within 10 yards, snare them in place for 5 seconds. And this third one is Frostjaw. Now this one is going to effectively let a mage CC 2 targets at once. It is a 20-second cooldown, 1.27 second cast. It's going to snare the target, and it's going to silence them for 8 seconds. So do that to the healer, sheep the one of the melee or one of the other DPS. Only one target up. Alright. Now the row after that, this is also survivability. First one is Greater Invisibility. It's going to make your invisibility instant. Drops your threat. It's also going to remove 2 dots from you. And it's going to do one other thing, which is the reason why you take it. It's going to make you take 90% less damage for the duration and for 3 seconds after you come out of invisibility. So, pretty interesting there. Cauterize, same as before. I'm not sure the damage it did after it gave you the 50% boost, but here it's only 40%. I can't remember what it was before. So, it's going to heal you back up to 50% if something was going to kill you, and then do a dot for 40% of that damage over 6 seconds. And then we got Cold Snap. Same Cold Snap that all you Frost Mages know and love, except this is going to heal you for 30% of your health instantly whenever you use it. Not on the global cooldown, just like before, and I think it's going to do about 40k. Yeah, 39.6k. So, something to look at even if you're not Frost. Okay, now the next row. This row is all AoE spells. First one I'm going to mention is Living Bomb. Same Living Bomb. Limit of 3 targets. Nothing new here. Next one is a Frost version called Frost Bomb. It's going to put a dot on the target, dealing 18.4 frost damage to the primary target and 9.2 frost damage to all other targets within 10 yards. And if they're all affected, or they are all slowed by 70% for 2 seconds. I'll just show you it. Looks kind of like a Frost Bomb, to be exact. And it has a cast time. It's a 9-second cooldown. And there you go. It exploded. It did almost 20k damage. Alright, and I'll show you the Nether Tempest. This is probably going to be what arcane mages use. Now, this spell looks like a fireworks show. It's basically a dot you put on a target, and 50% of the damage ticks it's going to hit another target for. So, when you have it on a bunch of things, it's really going to actually look like a fireworks show. So, let me show you this one. There it is. Put it on him, put it on him, and this one might be too far. But as you can see, this is only with 2 targets. It's shooting these little arcane things everywhere. If you got a bunch of mobs and you throw it everywhere, these things are gonna go crazy. Does a pretty good chunk of damage. I'd love to see it with damage meters, but I'm limited for now. Alright, and now the last tree, the level 90 ones, which I can just go over and I can't show you just yet. These are all about damage increase and mana regeneration. First one is in Invocation. This is going to make your evocation spell not have a cooldown. You can use it whenever you want. But it's going to make your passive mana regen cut in half by 50%. And when you do complete an evocation, it's going to give you 30% increased damage for 40 seconds. So, yeah, definitely some bad with the good. You're going to have to play with that yourself to see how you like it. Next one is Rune of Power. 10-second cooldown, and this replaces evocation. So if you have this, you don't even have evocation. And you could put 2 of these down on the floor. What they do is when you stand in them, they last for 1 minute. When you stand in them, they increase your mana regeneration by 100%, and your spell damage is increased by 15%. I don't know if they're going to stack with each other. I highly doubt that, but you're going to be able to put 2 down. And the last one, Incanter's Ward. This is sort of similar to the old version in the Arcane Tree. Places a magical ward on you, absorbing up to 11.3k damage for 8 seconds. Absorb damage will restore up to 15% of your mana, so that's new. And when the effect ends, you gain up to 30% increased spell power for 15 seconds based on how much you absorbed. It also has a passive ability, which is not an effect when the spell is on cooldown. It's going to increase your spell power by 8% and mana regeneration rate by 1% for every 1.7 seconds. And it's a 25-second cooldown if I didn't mention that. So that's passive. Whenever it's not on CD, you got that 8% and 1% mana regen. And those were the mage talents, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you liked, hit like, subscribe, and leave any requests you might have.